That was cool. Took and sent that jump, man. Good job. I was like,
Thank you.
welcome to Stellenbosch, home to some of the most rewarding mountain biking trails in South Africa. It's also a really popular training destination for many of the top global racing teams and also plays host to some truly iconic events such as the Cape Epic. Not only that, but it has a buzzing street and coffee culture, great accommodation options, as well as some of the world's finest beers and wine. We're here to catch up with rising South African enduro star Frankie Du Toit. She's the current Western Cape Enduro defending champion and the 2019 series leader. She also placed second in the Kingdom Enduro in Lesotho, which is known for its wild and intimidating terrain. She also managed to rack up fourth in the UK Southern Enduro Champs in Maidenhead, and that was her first real crack at international competition. At just 21 years of age, she has a long career ahead of her, so we've come out here to see what makes her one of South Africa's most exciting enduro mountain biking prospects. So when I got in touch with Frankie earlier on this week to find out where she would like to ride, or at least where her favorite place to ride is, of course her answer was Jonkershoek. So that's where we're heading. We're going to go and meet up with her. And we're definitely going to be riding some bikes, and to be honest, I am very nervous because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to keep up with her. Let's go. So Frankie, Jonkershoek is known by many and regarded by many as the best place to ride a mountain bike in South Africa. Why is it such a highlight for you?
Completely unbiased opinion. It has just got the best variety of trails. I mean, you can come here and do a really mellow flow trail and just have the best time, or just do a really steep sandy trail, and you can, you have the variety, you have the option, and it's so close to home. So it's easy, it's accessible, it's always a good time. Yeah, I can't get better.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, it takes quite a lot to build up to riding things like status quo. So let's go back to the beginning. Okay, we've seen your pad. Now let's go back to where it started for you, riding bikes. Talk us through that.
Well, my parents always rode bikes, so I always just tagged along, and then I was very competitive, so I would do the local 10Ks and just be like, I want more, I want to be better. And then I got into the cross-country racing scene, and I loved it. I loved the competition, I loved the energy, and I did that very seriously for some time. And then last year I got quite a bad knee injury in training, and when I came off it, I wanted something different, so I took up a bigger bike, and I just haven't looked back. It just changed my life, and I'm really enjoying it.
And one versus the other, I mean, would you say it was a benefit coming from a cross-country background into enduro from a fitness and kind of intensity perspective? Because you often see people moving into the enduro space from the other way around, like moving from downhill and into enduro, where now all of a sudden sometimes you have to actually pedal quite a bit. Did you find going from cross-country to enduro a good transition?
I did, because there's this, I don't know, I've seen a lot with people that have come from more gravity background where they cruise through trails, and it's like cross country, fast is the only thing that's on your mind. So you're pedaling, you're trying to look for seconds the whole time, and I think that's been super beneficial in my enduro racing, because I know how to pedal and I have that base fitness and I know how to suffer. So I think it really has translated well into enduro racing.
You've also got that farm girl fitness, right? Because where are you from? Like, talk us through that. Where did you grow up? And yeah, just tell us.
I grew up in a tiny farming community in KZN, and I wasn't actually on a farm. I was on a small holding, but we had so much space, and the town was literally my playground. So all over the show, I was a busy child, just scraping my knees, causing chaos, and yeah, very active all the time.
And how long have you been down in Stellenbosch for now?
This is my third year. I moved here to study, and probably the best decision of my life. I love it here. You have the trails, you have the people, you have the vibe. It's just, you can't beat it.
Cool, man. Well, let's go into which trail we're going to check out today.
Bottom of Armageddon.
Yeah.
It has many names.
Okay.
But bottom of Armageddon.
Cool. Let's go and do it. She's lucky we made that time, eh? Take two. This was actually take two. She nearly just cut me off down into the bush. Can you believe it? So we're not sweating now. We've had a rest. I was sweating profusely, probably more than I've sweated up here before, while she was at conversational pace. Talking about that, fitness and training. Let's get into that a little bit more detail. You're studying down here, and you're studying?
Sports science, so it's actually pretty relevant to what I do. But training wise, I scaled back a lot in intervals and put a lot of gym work into what I do, because I have fitness, I didn't have strength. So obviously intervals and riding is a very important part of enduro. A lot of people don't think that, but it's important.
Yeah.
But gym work and being strong is something I don't have and something I needed to build, and it's come a long way. So yeah, I'm busy with a lot of different things all the time, training wise.
So I mean, that's to be honest, arguably the easier part of training for enduro, because then you do have those like finer touches where skills, line choice, like all of those types of things is generally, if everyone trained, they'd get to a certain level. But beyond that's honestly where the real magic happens. How do you train and prepare for that kind of thing? I mean, obviously you're here and you can ride this type of terrain often, but that still doesn't make you good. Like, do you have any drills or anything in particular you do to get smoother, to get cleaner, better line choices?
Currently, I go on a ride where I know I'm going to be doing trails, and I make a conscious effort to focus on a specific aspect of my riding in that ride. Often I would have 5 different things. I'd be okay, focus on this, focus on that, and it just overwhelms your brain completely. So I've cut back to one aspect and I focus on that until I have it dialed, and then I move on to something else.
So that'll be like, today I'm going to focus on being smoother through corners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something else I haven't quite got. Hopefully working on it.
I don't think anyone ever has. Maybe there's like 5 guys in the world.
Always be better, I
Always.
guess. Yeah.
Well, Tim Bentley's one of those guys that can actually rip. I mean, you're obviously, I wouldn't say he's dating you, not the other way around. Do you learn a lot riding with someone like that? I mean, he's super talented. A lot of guys say that he's one of the most naturally talented gravity riders in SA. Surely that's got to have helped a bit.
Yeah, for sure. He knows my riding as well, so he'll know if there's something that I'll be able to do. So if we stop at a feature and he'll just be like, I know you can do it, just do it. And that confidence goes, okay, maybe I can, let me try.
I think I saw something about that actually at G-Spot the other day. Didn't you hug the road gap for the first time?
Yeah, and that's Tim helping me, so that's amazing. But I mean, just riding, second corner, I can't see him anymore, so that doesn't do much.
Doesn't do much help from there. And in terms of your challenges getting into the sport of enduro, what would you have said that those were? I mean, not everyone's going to come from a strong fitness background, having raced cross country. What were your biggest challenges, and kind of how did you overcome those?
Well, you need a whole different set of equipment and gear, and that was a challenge for me because riding is the sport's quite expensive. But luckily I had a lot of brands that came on board to help me and support me, which made a big difference. It was intimidating coming into this, but the community of enduro is amazing. So I really, first race I felt at home. So yeah, I think there's a lot of individual challenges and little mental blocks and stuff that you have to get over, but once you do, it's an amazing community. It's an amazing family of riding. So
yeah, I think that for me is probably what is one of the bigger attractive aspects to it, is everyone kind of gets along, is there to help each other out. But I mean, in my opinion, I think it is a misconception that enduro is crazy and wild. Like, yes, it can be if you want it to be, but how have you found that? I mean, especially talking ladies specific. I mean, we've got some strong lady riders down in the Cape, but I would say less so in the rest of South Africa. What do you think those barriers are?
I think there's this misconception that enduro is super technical and really difficult and oh my goodness, but like, it's literally just all the rad things about mountain biking put into a discipline, and it's just riding with friends, and you can make it as difficult or as challenging as you want it to be. It's so inclusive, and I think that's a massive misconception about enduro. And we have a couple of really good ladies scattered around South Africa, and that's rad. It's so nice when we can come together and give each other a good challenge. But I think for now it's just trying to get more and more girls into it and realize that it's not actually as scary as it looks. And I think what the guys at Enduro Western Cape are doing is very good. They're trying to encourage more participation and that inclusivity, and it's been amazing.
And in terms of your next steps, I mean, very exciting that you made it through to where you got invited to race in the EWS finale, which is an honor in itself. You also spent a bit of time abroad this year, I think, getting a bit more of a snapshot of what it's really like racing at that level. Tell us a little bit about that.
I had an amazing opportunity to go and race in the UK, and that opened my eyes for sure. It is enduro racing in South Africa is nothing compared to what they have overseas. It's just 10 steps up. But it was amazing. It was such a growing opportunity, and I learned a lot. And I really would love to go back and race. And that is my long-term plan, is to race on the world circuit and do the series. And that is a dream and a goal that I'm working towards. But baby steps. I don't want to take those steps before I'm ready, so I'm just working towards it slowly.
Radical. Okay, well, my jaw's tired now. Should we go and ride this thing? Tell me a little bit about this trail. What is it?
This is the bottom of Armageddon. It's
Can we call it Armageddon?
You can. There we go.
I don't know. That is the cheesiest thing I think I've said the whole day. I apologize. It's terrible. It's good fun though.
It is. It's rocky. It's got good flow. It's fun. So it's just every time I finish this trail, I have a massive smile on my face. It's just one of the best in Yonkers. So.
Okay, man. Well, I hope I can keep up. Let's do it. Yeah. Hey man, that was cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. Always good in Yonkers.
You flipping sent that jump, man. Good job. I was like,
thank you.
Pulled the pin, no chance, buddy, no chance. But going to that, we've been talking a little bit about it today. The incremental gains for you next, like where do you think you can find those extra gains as an athlete, as a rider that's going to take you to the next level?
For me, there's for sure a couple of things that I need to work on in my riding style, like my cornering and my jumping, specifically my confidence in doing that. And then it's just building confidence, building strength, building fitness so you can go harder for longer.
For sure.
Do more, yeah.
And kind of wrapping things up now, where do you think the sport's going in South Africa? Are you excited about it? Are you optimistic? Are you going to leave us and go and race overseas and become a professional? What's the plan?
I think there's big things for gravity in South Africa. It's happening slowly, but it's happening. And I think more and more people are seeing the light and realizing that it's just an amazing place to be. So I'm optimistic. I think it's going places. But for me, I will look at going overseas. That's where the racing's at, and that's where I want to be.
So to continue on the journey of becoming a professional enduro athlete is your ultimate goal. See you on the EWS level soon?
For sure. That's my goal. That is my ultimate goal. That's what I'm working towards.
Cool. So if people want to get involved and support you, where can they follow you on social media? How do they get in touch? All those good things.
My main platform is Instagram, dabble in some Facebook, but Instagram is where you can find me.
What is your Instagram handle?
Frankie Du Toit.
Look at it, yeah, over there. See, there. Dimitri, don't forget to put it in there. Cool. Yeah, man. So there we go. That is a wrap. This was a ride with Frankie Du Toit. Give her a follow her journey, get involved and support her, because that's what all of these young athletes need, with all the potential that they have if they really want to take on the world. So thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, turn on those notifications, spread the word, share the love, and until next time, it's adios.